Leeds.
We do love you, Leeds, Leeds, Leeds. Hello, welcome back to Imagine Not Being Leeds. I'm Matty, and this is your Hull City preview. Leeds v Hull City. Away at the KCom Stadium tomorrow at 3 o'clock. A game that I think we will win, and I think we'll win it fairly comfortably. So yeah, we'll get into it. Evening, I hope you're well, mate. It's a bit of a short notice stream, this one. I've just been out to play snooker with my brother. I've not seen him over Christmas, so just beating 3-0. So you know, it's like brotherly rivalry, nice and healthy. But yeah, just had a nice game of three frames of snooker with him, which something I don't do a lot, to be fair. So yeah, bit of a late one. I thought I'd jump on before I get my head down, get some out for Hull game. It's a bit of an unusual one, really, because there's not much to really talk about when it comes to Hull. I've done a bit of digging, but it's all the best players are injured currently. The form's pretty bad. I mean, the 2 wins out of 5 ain't bad for them, but not the best. Which brother? The Chelsea one. The Chelsea fan. One of my brothers is a Chelsea fan. Disgusting. Jordan. Yeah, not good. But yeah, sometimes you've even got to dip your toe in water with your brother when he's a Chelsea fan from time to time. But I've not seen him in a fair few months, so I had to get there and meet him today. But yeah, not ideal. But yeah, so I'm just going to get into, right, just look at that. Yeah, tell me about it. Awful. So before I get into the nuts and bolts, just want to say I'm sponsored by O'Reilly's Autographs. Casey, lifelong friend of mine. Please go check him out on Instagram. He's got a couple of raffles going, I think, at minute for an Aronson top. I think it's a £5 number. But obviously he sells memorabilia in general, gets all autographs himself, genuine gear, all come with certificates of authenticity. So yeah, please go check him out. And if you use the code The Final Pint, you'll get 10% off anything you purchase from Casey over at O'Reilly's Autographs. He is my sponsor for the month of January. Let me get into these. Righteous one. Mine are Liverpool fans, mate. I know it's not great, but I'd rather him be Liverpool than Chelsea. Yes, Chelsea and the blue scum and the red scum are the two and no-nos. Liverpool I could probably deal with, to be fair, out of the, if I had to pick. But yeah, let me just pull this screen up. I've got to look like I'm doing it professional. I've got to look like I'm doing something decent than just waffling on all the time. But you know what I'm like on this channel. I like to just get chat on going, just chat all thing Leeds. But yeah, I'll bring this up because, like I say, I've just had a little look at this now, and it don't make for good reading for Hull, does it? I mean, when you look at the league position, they've just slipped. I think they were just out of it going into last game, but with them losing, they've just slipped back into relegation zone. What's crazy really is look at the home form table. It is dreadful. They are smack bottom. They've won 2 games at home all season. So poor. But then on the flip side of that, which is probably giving them slight hope of staying up, look at their away form. It's 13th. It's really good. They won 3 games away from home. Don't get me wrong. It's not not to write home about, but considering how poor they are at home, I mean, it should be the easiest place to play football at home, as we know. This season for us, we found it. Even though we've got a lot more pressure at home on us, a lot more pressure this season, home form is a lot easier usually to produce than away form. But yeah, they've got it the other way around. But it's giving them a fighting chance. It's probably the way you want it if you're in a scrap net bottom, because you could probably think you can tidy up your own form. It's your away form you normally struggle with. So fair play to them away from home. They're not doing too bad for a side struggling with down bottom end of the table. That's all right. Is that away form for them? The home form, on the other hand, smack bottom. It's just not good enough. And problem with this is it's a Leeds United coming to town. It's a game where you know there'll be extra percentages put in by the whole players, by the managers. Everything will be put in place for them to go. You know, Yorkshire Derby, and really give it a good go. And how many times have we seen a situation like this? It's a dead cert. We should go get a win, and Hull away, they're going to be up for it more than us potentially. These derbies usually are. It means a lot more to these other Yorkshire-based sides than it does to us. We've got bigger derbies, bigger fish to fry on in divisions above us. Our biggest rival, we may even pass on his way up as they come down, hopefully. I don't think that'll happen, but it's quite funny to think, isn't it? But yeah, it's a bit. I can't see anything other than a Leeds win for this one, to be honest with you. When you look at the players, the top scorer, I think, is João Pedro. I think he's available. He's on 4. But I think Chris Bedia, he's got 3, but he's out. Casey Palmer's out. And we all know about this man. Where is he? There, we all know about this man, Liam Miller. He's out. You know, he taught us a new one, didn't he? When he went to Preston last year against Archie Gray. decent player at this level. We were linked with him in summer. I'm glad we didn't get him because I think he's way below our standard of wingers. But for Hull, decent player on his day, would have caused us problems. But like I say, they've got a fair few players out. They've got 4 or 5 first teamers out, and this is a side that are already struggling with these in. So when you look at Hull on the whole, injuries, they've got Louis Coyle playing, who I don't think is a bad player at this level. At right back, they've got Cody Drameh playing. He's got 20 appearances. He's finally found a home by the looks of it. Borussia Dortmund and Newcastle it is not. It's Hull City. But yeah, he's found a home and he's playing at right back, a player who was surplus to requirements at Leeds. He's a mainstay in their side. So you look at it and it should be a banker. So the only worry really is, are Leeds going to turn up? And if they do, it's a no-brainer that it's an easy win for me in this one. Let me just sort my screen out again. There we go. So yeah, that's it on Hull really. Let me get through some of the comments. My brother is a bin dipper too. Is he, mate? It's no good, is it? It's no good. Who's their manager at the minute? Who are we talking about here? Chelsea scum, or we talk about Hull? To be fair, mate, I don't even know the manager's name, pal. I don't even look. Because he'll only be there 2 minutes, won't he, pal? He'll only be there 2 minutes. The pitch is rough, yeah. No, it is, mate. Honestly, mate, it's poor, it's rough. I mean, it's out of season for rugby at the minute, but the shared stadiums with rugby to Hull, so it's never a good pitch. It's Hull anyway. It's never a good pitch. But yeah, hope we got snow boots. Yeah, it's still a bit of snow in it. So hey up, Duncan. Hope you've had a good day. It's a shocking pitch they play. Yeah, there you go. Right, just when they do play rugby on it, like I say, it's pre-season, so there's no rugby being played in it currently. I mean, they might have had a friendly over Christmas, to be fair. Rhinos did it at Headingley, so maybe there's been a pre-season friendly there for Hull FC. But yeah, it's a shocking pitch, mate. Ruben Sellers, that's the one. Burnley got Ashley Barnes. Andrew, mate, what a signing for Ambles in. They've signed him. I'm buzzing they've signed Ashley Barnes, because if he's a man to try and get him over line for promotion, they've just signed an absolute lump of a shithouse, haven't they? He's nothing to write home about Ashley Barnes at all, and it'll be really funny when we play against him, because he gets some right abuse. Remember him when we played Norwich? It was something to behold, really. But yeah, evening, guys. So the press conference, I don't know what you guys think about the press conferences at the minute, but don't give much away at all. Like, they're so poor, they're quickly done, in and out, 8 minutes, 9 minutes long. They need to start giving the press, the media, some microphones, because I can't hear what most of them are saying, to be fair. But it sounds like Firpo is due back maybe for the FA Cup game against Harrogate, which is great news. He's going to have a job on getting his spot back if Byram's fit and Boba maintains his form. So it'd be interesting to see what happens with Firpo, but more bodies, it fills out that bench. Brilliant news, really, that he's going to be back for that. Outside that, it's been a bit of a meltdown with people thinking we're not going to make no signings in January. I think that's false. I do feel like it. There won't be much business, but there doesn't need to be much business. He used the word "there won't be much," which I agree with. It'll only be slight, tweaks. A couple. I think one player's enough. If we don't let many go, if you want to lose a Joffrey, and maybe just a Joffrey, you could bring in one on loan, I think, and that'd probably be all right. We're only missing that alone in 10, aren't we? But I think after seeing on Jer's channel early, it doesn't look like we're going to be in for Buendia. He don't want to drop down. Doesn't look like McAtee's on the table. Be too much money in January. That's a summer edition, really, if you're going to spend that sort of money. But yeah, I don't feel like it's definitely a no-go. He's going to keep his cards close to his chest. So there weren't much to really pull out of that press conference for me. But yeah, you'll get my thoughts on the bits and bobs as we go through. Names galore for January targets his future, because Farker says he's happy. Yeah, it is, mate. It's like you can't get excited for any links now, can you? There's no point getting excited for any links, Andy, because every link it is, it could be from a credible source. I don't know. But when it comes down to Leeds dipping the toilet market in January, it's not something we do notoriously anyway. We top at league. Do we need to? I'd argue no, we probably don't need to. I'd like them to be proactive and go do it. It's not my money. Go spend it and make sure you've got enough to get over the line. But if I'm honest, would I be devastated and pissed off if they've got no one over the line? No, because I'm really happy with the squad. I mean, you've got people that I know it's not ideal. You've got square pegs in round holes to a degree. It's not ideal having Ampadu at right back. It's not ideal having Vobert at left back. It's not ideal having Schmidt, which I've seen a comment already, and he ain't getting no minutes. It's like he might as well not even be in squad, to be fair, because he's just getting nowhere near, which is crazy. to me. That's a massive talking point in a minute. But I'd like to be proactive and get more players through the door, 100%. And let's keep having these ideas. Let's keep having these conversations of how's it fit this player in, how's it fit this player in, because that's Farke's job at the end of the day, not ours to worry about. But it would be really nice to go out there and get one or two. I think it's one max, if I'm honest. I don't think Bamford goes. I sort of see Joffrey going and bringing one in, but I don't think it'll be done early. I think it'll be done late in window. And we'll have to see. But yeah, I don't feel like his comments he said in press conference writes it off that he's not going to do anything in January. If I'm honest, a few people have jumped to that conclusion. I don't think he's going to come out and ever say, yeah, we're looking for this and this, and I just don't see it, because they hike the prices up. Other people fish for the same players, which I'm sure they are doing anyway, but they're just not going to come out. When does a manager ever say that? They keep the cards close to the chest, and yeah. The pressers are useless at the minute. Honestly, I know that they're so poor at the minute. So poor. I mean, I used to not even watch the pressers. I used to watch like Joe's take on the pressers, but there's not even that much for anyone to even do a video on pressers really no more. I mean, last 3 or 4 have just been so poor. It's just a lot of them have just been a post match after the Stoke talking about a derby. A lot they're not even proper pressers at the minute. It's back-to-back games, I guess. Christmas time, it's hard to get stuff together, so they're sort of doing a post and a pre all at once, aren't they? But it's not ideal for like content creators and stuff to try and put something in for that. But if Bogle's not back, who do we play? You know the answer to that, Andrew. If Bogle's not back, he's playing Ampadu right back. You know it. Like, that's what he's gonna do. Do I agree with it? No. It's away from home. Does it make us more defensive? Yes. Does Farke prefer being more defensive than attacking? Yes, I would say, especially away from home. So if Bogle ain't fit, Andrew, don't be disappointed to see Ampadu playing there, because I think obviously he likes a partnership in midfield, Ruffle and Tanaka. He ain't going to be too asked about them two playing. He'll be happy with that. Do I think Bogle's going to be fit? I do believe he's going to be fit. And my team for the whole game would be Meslier, Bogle, Rodon, Strauch, Byram, if fit, Vauban, if not, obviously. And then in the midfield, bearing in mind, I'm thinking Bogle's going to be fit. If that's the case, I think Ampadu partners Tanaka in midfield, and I think it gives that solid defensive structure for the forward players to go play. I think Rothwell's one of his poorest games at home to Blackburn the other day. His passing were a bit off it in first half. He got better as game went on. He'll never let you down with that picking up the ball and driving forward, something you don't get with Ampadu and Tanaka as a partnership. You don't get that grabbing, game by scruff at neck and driving us up the pitch. I love that about Rothwell. He's totally unique in this side for me, in that role. No, none of the other midfielders do that, or up to press of what we've seen, or do it to his level. But I do think Ampadu will partner Tanaka. It's that defensive base, like I say, makes it so much more difficult to beat. And we've still got 4 players who can go win your game. We don't necessarily need an attacking 8 every game. Certain games you can say, yeah, and if Ampadu wasn't fit, I'd be quite happy with Ruffle and Tanaka playing. But I do think if Bogle's fit, Ampadu plays in midfield and Ruffle drops to the bench again and he gets minutes towards the end of the game, I would imagine. Hopefully it's not tight and he can risk making some more attacking subs, because there's so much attacking options on that bench in there. And then, so Duncan, the wingers, you don't touch for me. You don't touch. You start again with James and Solomon. You've got to. And Aronson in 10, Pitto up top. That's how I go in this one. And I always say on this channel, Joseph is a better to start than Pitto. If we get to 70th minute and it's 0-0 and Pitto started, I'll be fuming. But yeah, I think he goes with Pitto in this one. I do. I wouldn't be surprised if it were Joseph, but he just needs to stick to some sort of rhythm now with forward players. So yeah, I don't think much changes. I think we're sort of back to that Stoke lineup, and I think it'll be Solomon and James. If I was to drop any of the wingers, potentially take James out, just because you can't. I don't like the word dropped. It's rotation for me. You're not dropping anyone, but I could see Wilco White. Sean's just said it from Wilco White. So I could see it being James, and then that either means a Nonto or a Ramazani. You'd probably say it would be right hand side. It'd be Nonto, but Nonto's so out of form at minute. He looked lively when he come in against Blackburn, but he just looks well out of form. So I would like to see James and Solomon remain, but I wouldn't be shocked if Dan James was to come out in this game. And with Dan James, there's no harm done. He's a starter. He's been the form player in Championship, definitely Leeds United for the last month or two for me. He comes back in for, whatever game comes after the FA Cup, or, maybe has a nice long break and waits to that Sheffield Wednesday game. But it's a game where everyone's going to want to play because, like I say, you've got an FA Cup game coming up next weekend, and then you're not playing a league game until weekend after. So everyone's going to want to be playing this game. It's a big game. It's one away from home. Can we do 3 in a row? You'd like to think we can. We're building some momentum now. I don't feel like the Blackburn game at home's really, affected it too much. They were a pattern in away form. They're in a pattern at home. The pattern at home is we win. We don't drop points at home, so it's just one of them for that one. I don't read too much into it. I think we'll be backfiring for this. They'll still be leggy. It's still been a tough amount of games in a short space of time. But I don't feel like Hull have got enough. They've still played the same amount of games and they've got injuries. If we're running on empty, they're going to be running on emptier. So I fancy us to do these. And I'm actually going to just say my prediction now. I said on Final Pint last night, I think it'll be 2-0. I'm all for 3s, 4s and 5s, and I'll be kicking myself if we come out and absolutely romp it, because I'm all for 3 and 4 goals a game, because I think it's in his locker every game, and I prefer to think that and cheer them on for that sort of scoreline. But I do feel like we've been a Yorkshire derby, with the odds being stacked against Hull, they might raise a percentage to match us in terms of the way the fans will be up for it. The way they play a 4-3-3, so they're going to pack that midfield out. So it could be a bit of a dogged game. They're going to try and make it an ugly game. Say the pitch is poor, they're going to try and make every little small incremental gain they can get against a quality Leeds United side. They're going to try and take. And we know exactly what they're going to do. They're going to sit back. They're going to try and stifle us, get men behind ball, try and get a counter, try and get a set piece. Basically, just like Blackburn, they're the home team, but they're going to play very much like an away team for me, and they're going to let us have all ball. It's just with that midfield 4-3-3. Aronson's going to have to be get stuck in for me. He's going to have to drop back and help link up that play, especially if Ampadu and Tanaka are playing in midfield, because they will drop very deep. We'll split the centre halves, and sometimes we end up with all 4 in our half. So Aronson's going to have to do a little bit of running. With the extra man in midfield we saw last season, Southampton, when they played a 4-3-3, the quality was a much better level, obviously. But 4-3-3 sometimes throw us off the game a little bit. We sort of, when we line up against a 4-2-3-1 like yourself, it's sort of a lot better. We sort of know what we're doing with that. So that might be something that maybe catches us off guard a little bit. Farker's got to do his research there and have that covered. It'd be interesting to see how it goes, but yeah, I do think that'll be my lineup anyway. Got to drop Nonto more. Mate, Ramazani, I don't know what happened. He didn't get no minutes last game. He needs to start getting more minutes now, because he were building up. He got a start away at Derby, didn't he? Played okay, but nowhere near what he can do. He looked well off it. Didn't come on against Blackburn when, for me, he should have done. It's going to be interesting to see now when he gets his minutes, because at the minute Solomon and James are the starting wingers, but he's rotating the wingers. You're seeing that because there's too much quality not to rotate. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how he gets in that side. And it says, do you think the Schmidt situation is similar to that of the lad who moved to France? His name evades me. Charlie Cresswell. Yeah, I do, mate. I think there's something going on in the background. There's got to be. I mean, how's Isaac Schmidt feeling right now? I've seen a lot of content creators touch on it today. I don't know where it goes. This, it just looks like bad news. If I'm Schmidt, I'm asking to leave in January myself. I am a Leeds fan. If I'm Isaac Schmidt, I'm not a Leeds fan. I've got no loyalty to Leeds. I'm a professional footballer who's played in Euro competitions. And well, cheers. Cheers, Amazon. But yeah, he ain't a Leeds player. He ain't a Leeds fan. He's just a footballer that wants to get minutes. And when you're seeing players play out of position, it's all right being down pecking order. Like he came here knowing Firpo were number one. He came here knowing Bogle were number one on that side, and Byram's in between can fill in there. He probably fancied himself above Byram, knowing Byram's injury record. So it's one of them where they'll expect to play when Firpo and Bogle are out. Well, they've all been out, haven't they? He's still got Voba getting picked again over him, and he's injury prone. He's getting Byron play both sides. He's getting now a centre mid who can play centre half, who's now playing right back in Ampadu. Well, we know Ampadu's not a right back. It's not at all. So I don't know what's going on with him, mate. Farker's done this over his career. We'll have to say we're right with Charlie Cresswell. He's gone to France. He's doing okay, but there's no to prove that it's going to be a will beater like a lot of us thought he was. What it harsh, should he give him more minutes? Yeah, I would have said so, but you can't. we don't see everything, do we? We don't see everything in training. But for me, there's got to be something not right there. He's still getting put on bench, granted. So he's always there with a chance of coming on, but his minutes have gone downhill in the last month or so. He was getting minutes now. It's like he's not building up to any sort of minutes at the minute. Stephen Nugent, have you watched Lockie's latest video on the depth of our squad, particularly defence? Not pleasant viewing, as it highlights how short of bodies we are. I haven't, Stephen, no. I do watch some of Lockie's videos, but there's that much to watch. It's that one will lose me, to be fair. I've not watched that one. But in terms of defensive bodies, we're short on defensive bodies. I mean, we are looking at a centre half, aren't we? Who can play it right back as well. His name eludes me, but last 48 hours we've been linked with him. Swiss international, played a lot of games for Gladbach in German division. Looks a decent player. Maybe that is an option we're looking at. For me, without off top of my head, I think we're sort of all right there. But you are asking Ampadu to play there, aren't you? As probably second choice centre half at minute, which sounds crazy. Guillermo get a player there who's a midfielder. So you think at fullback position, Firpo, Vober, Byron, Bogle, Schmidt can fill it. You think we're probably all right because he ain't playing Schmidt. It's like we ain't got that, that extra man's gone. So yeah, I suppose when you start picking it to pieces, like I'm sure Lockie went into great detail, like he does his brilliant with analysis. I'm sure we probably are a little bit light in defence. It's a position I don't really look at because I think that the people that fill in there, the square pegs in round all sort of thing, that they're filling well. So it's never somewhere I really worry about. I mean, it proves that with goals we concede, it's very few and far between. Even Wampadu at right back, we're not going to concede many, but it won't overlap his wing on the right hand side. So it does create a problem going forward. But yeah, I might have to go back and watch that tomorrow, mate, to be fair. Easy, evening easy, hope you well, mate. Hi, Matty, I don't think Farker chooses signings. I hope the 49ers getting a 9, whether Farker wants one or not. If we go in the second half of the season with Bamford as an option, we're in trouble. Yeah, the problem with that is I don't think Bamford is a massive option. But if there's an injury, easy, then he is, isn't he? One injury to Pinot or Joseph and Bamford's right in there, and that is a worry. I don't like the idea of 49ers buying players. I've got a slight feeling, just a hunch, no to back it up, that Schmidt was a 49er signing. And if that is the case, easy, what is the point in 49ers bringing a 9 in? Because he won't play him. Like, I might be wrong with that, but I just feel like maybe that's why Schmidt's not getting played. Maybe he's a 49er signing. And that's why I would probably go against what you've said there, Madeline, I hope you're all right. Hoping for a much better effort tomorrow. Yeah, me too. Then the Blackburn one. Hopefully it's up there with the Stoke one, which I thought were a decent performance, to be fair. Hull are bad and Sheffield United and Burnley have difficult fixtures. We need to definitely take advantage of any more drop points. Yeah, true, mate. Like I say, we dropped the ball the other day, wasn't it, at Blackburn? Decent fixture for us at home. Luckily, everyone around us dropped points. Problem with that was, we didn't take advantage of it. We didn't really gain anything, which was a shame. But yeah, no, I agree, mate. While these teams have got difficult fixtures, we have got to be mopping ours up, and we've had some good games there, good run. We've put a good run together, but this is a game away from home. Away from home always gets you a little bit tetchy, but just because this season we haven't been great, but 2 wins on bounce and going to third bottom of the league on home form, it's got to be 3 points for me. It's got to be. Can you please smash a like on the video, please? It's 27 of you in. I'd much appreciate if you can all stick the like on, please. And I'm only 3 subscribers off of 600, which is massive. I had to focus on numbers, but I tell you what, this Christmas period has been mental. I've got like 200 subs in 3-4 weeks. It's been mental. Thanks so much for everyone's support. But really nice to get 600 before I close my eyes tonight. Like I say, not to ask the numbers. People who are in here are always respectful. Absolutely love you to bits, but some of these milestones I'm hitting at minute are taking my breath away. So it'd be lovely to get these 3 subs before I come off there. That'd be really nice. Thank you. Andy Rowe. So I'll just go at what Dylan said there. Lads, get the likes smashed up for my mate Matty. 3 more subs, 600, Matt. Come on, lads. Thanks, Dylan. That's Dylan from all the Leeds Bros. I'll always go straight back and do the same for them boys. Absolutely love them a bits. Go check his final pint out from last night if you haven't already. Much appreciated. Andy Rowe, the irony of the final pint looks like Farker's having a dry January in the transfer terms. Yeah, maybe. It can be dryish, can't it? I don't think it needs to be massive, to be honest. Top Banana. Hey, hope you're well, mate. Evening, all Leeds that week. March on together, as always, mate, as you know. Hey up, Sean. Oh, you've had a good one, pal. It's Farker negligence for me, not playing Schmidt. Maybe. We know he's a stubborn bugger, don't we? He's a proper stubborn bugger. Like, there's no getting away from that way. With Farke, he does it his own way, and if I'm honest, all the best managers do. I quite like that about him. I don't want him to be a puppet. I want him to put his foot down when, but with Schmidt, we don't know. It's hard because whenever he's played, he's always looked decent. So we haven't got much to go off. I think someone's, it might have been Sean and Wilco White's go check him out. Someone pulled up a figure earlier about how many minutes he's played this season. It was something like 20. It was shocking. Or it might have been 60, I don't know. But it accumulated to naff all out of the 20-odd games this season. When you had his minutes of 4 minutes here, 5 minutes here, 8 minutes here, it amounted to nothing. But every time we've seen him, he's looked like he's capable of doing something. So I just don't know how much longer he can keep giving a fuck, to be fair. I mean, would you? I would, because I'm a Leeds United born and bred. Would you, though? Like, if you played somewhere else and you didn't support him and you were getting overlooked like that? Luckily, we've not heard any fallouts yet. Touchwood, that remains the case, but it's got... Come on, like, it's ridiculous. It's getting borderline ridiculous now. I mean, if he doesn't... This game he might not play, granted, but if he isn't playing any minutes, if he doesn't start in the Harrogate game, for me, he's gone. He's gone. Because that's the biggest sign ever, that one, when we play Harrogate Cup. If he ain't playing in that, there's something massive going on. Raz has gone off the boil. He was our next in a staring thing. Mate, I think Ramazan is our best technical footballer. And I say best, it sounds daft now. It sounded perfect saying it a couple of months ago before his injury, because Solomon wasn't firing. He's as good as Solomon for me as Ramazan. He's right up there, technically gifted, low centre of gravity, play with both feet, explosive, what a player. I just don't think he's had many minutes, mate. To be fair, he's just not sharp. I don't know about off the boil. He hasn't really had a run. That Derby game, he looked a little bit off it, but what did he play? 65 minutes. Yeah, we know what we saw early in the season, mate, how good he was. Great, shooting from outside box. Great finish when he's through on goal. He's got it all for me as Ramazani, but it's going to be hard for him to get any minutes. In this side, I sort of feel like the 11 now, I don't know if Arkin's his best striker, granted, but I feel like the 11's starting to take shape now. Your wingers are probably set. We know Aronson's set. He's been set all season. Maybe that left back's up for grabs, but Bogle's set, and your centre half's are set, and your goalkeeper. So there's only really left back, centre forward, and that midfield. One of the midfielders you're not too sure on. So what you've got to do is, when you get your 20 minutes, because we know you're coming on, or five players are probably coming on for, or 2 or 3 70 minutes, and maybe 10 to 15 minutes, depending on what game state is. You might get the other 2 or 3 on, but you're not coming on till 70th minute unless there's an injury. But when you come on at 70th minute, you've got to go do what Pido's been doing this season and go make it count. Go get a goal, go get an assist, go do something to stand out, to grab that shirt off the player that started. So it's not easy to do. Late on in game, it's hard sometimes to get in a game. A lot of people say it takes longer than 20 minutes, so it's a massive flaw Farke that he don't give you. Some subs need to be done at half time, some subs need to be done after 60 minutes, 50 minutes. He does it at 70. He don't really look, taking the gear off on 65 and they come on 70, but they need to grab that shirt when they get an opportunity. And that's what Schmidt's got to do if he gets one. That's what Ramazani's got to do now when he gets one over Solomon, because at the minute, the wingers are Solomon and James, and other than rotation, which he has to do. But the next couple of weeks, we've got, we haven't got 3 games in 7 days. There might not need to be no rotation. Outside that Harrogate game, you've got another week then till Wednesday game. It's going to be hard for some of these lads to get in. Easy. I'm concerned about all the defensive talk. We need goals. Yeah, we do. For me, I haven't looked at Lockie's video like I said earlier, but we don't need defenders. For me, we just don't. We need a 9 and a 10, maybe a left back, but a 9 and a 10. I think we're all right everywhere else. We can shore up everywhere else, and we've got enough to get by. I think we've got enough to get by anyway, if I'm honest. Schmidt has already played for 2 teams, so can't play for another. In terms of what? Because he has played for us, though, hasn't he? Oh, you mean so he won't leave us in Jan? Is that what you mean? Yeah, well, yeah, he can't move on then. So he's sort of stuck. Is that what you're saying, Duncan? He might as well sit here and just play whatever he can, because if he moves and he can't play anyway, I didn't know that, mate, to be fair. But yeah, you're right. I suppose, when's it ever happened where someone plays for 3? So yeah, that's a fair point. But he don't mean he won't want to. Don't mean he won't throw. His toys out of pram and kick up a fuss. Hopefully he's done. Hopefully he's as chilled as Gilavogi is. We're not playing, but not everyone's like that. Farke said he wanted captain on pitch. Should have started him on Purdue. Yeah, well, that's why he's even playing at right back when he needs to, just to get him on pitch, innit? It's one of them where now he's shown his cards as Farke. He's shown he's going to play Ampadu. He's going to get him on that field somehow. And yeah, even if it's not his position, just to have him on there. Look at Jed Spence now. If only Farker man managed him properly. Yeah, it's one of them people who'll say Farker had a problem with Spence, but if he's late for training, if he's not turning up, I don't know the ins and outs of it. I know there were a lot of waffle said about it at the time, but if he isn't abiding by the rules set by the manager and everybody else is, it's got to punish him for that. He has, and punishing him is by not picking him. And when he did played at left back a lot, which ain't ideal. I think he's doing that a little bit for Tottenham at the minute. But yeah, I don't want to blame Farker for that, mate. We've all got different tolerances on stuff, haven't we, Sean? And do I think Jed Spence was a mint sign when we got him? Hell yeah. I was buzzing when we got him. It just didn't work out. Hell of a player at this level. But attitude problem, I do believe there was something there. But yeah. Nico Elvedi from Mönchengladbach. Yeah. Centre half can play right back. I've heard we're really keen on him, which would be interesting, mate, if we can get that one over the line. Because, again, a decent play, decent pedigree, 200 odd games at Bundesliga, 50 odd caps for Switzerland. He's not starting. Is he going to want to come and sit on bench? I don't know if he's starting for Mönchengladbach at a minute, fair enough, but even if he ain't, I'd rather sit on bench in Bundesliga than come to Championship for me, you know. Great signing if we can get it done. Great signing. Maybe we're looking 1 foot towards Premier League, thinking is a defender who can come and mix it up there and push other players when we go up, because golfing quality is going to be harder with attackers we're playing. Maybe he's that level. Maybe he's happy to come and fight his position out, but unless he's injured, he ain't starting over Pascal or Rodon, and then he's a right back option, but we'll have to see. But it'd be great to bring him in, mate. Bring Schmidt on when we're winning 2-3-0. Yeah, well, he hasn't been. That's the problem. He hasn't been, has he? And that's exactly what he should be doing. He should be coming on every game for me for the last 20 minutes. He looks really good offensively, and he's a defensive player at the same time. So for me, bring him on when you try to short a game up, play him at wing, because he's going to be more of a defensive winger, isn't it? Or when you need a goal, put him at fullback because he's attacking. But instead, they put Ampadu at right back, which is scandalous. Easy says, we've all seen Schmidt. He looks decent. He hasn't done anything wrong. How do we attract players if Farker will play them? Yeah, agree. To do anything in January when the proof is, I mean, we saw last season, Jade Anthony got no minutes. Geldar's getting no minutes now. You know, if you're a player looking out, from outside looking into Leeds now, you see Ramazani on bench, not getting many minutes. You're seeing Schmidt not getting any minutes. He's played for St. Gallen in Europe, scored the day before we signed him in Conference League. There's players there you look at and you just think, am I getting in that side? And, you know, some players want assurances, even if it's not a guarantee they're playing. They want something. They want to be able to look in and say, yeah, there's a spot for me there. Other sides, Burnley, Sheffield United, this spot's there for players. This spot's there. You know, Sheffield United have just lost Harry Suter for the season. Who's to say they're not going to look at this German guy, especially now the catch-wind Leeds are looking at him? Who's to say they're not going to go for him because they can offer him a start? Probably. This is problem with Leeds. That's why I don't think we do a lot of business. Really don't. Once players back from injury, I can't see why we would be short in defence unless they want a better quality of player, which Farker mentions presser. Yeah, I think there might be one light, but I don't think it. I think it can be patched up because Ampadu's that option as well, and because you've got your midfield sorted. You know, Rothwell and Tanaka, barring any more injuries, one of them can fill in. Ampadu can go centre half. Like if Rodon got injured tomorrow, I'd have no qualms with Rodon. Strauch and Ampadu, or if Strauch got injured, having Ampadu and Rodon together. I'd have, and then you've still got Voba. So I think we're okay. I think we can patch it up in defence and be all right. We don't need to defend that much in games, so I think we're fine. I'm just this is a little bit of quality up top, and you'd like a little bit more depth up there. I'm hoping that Hull Michael said, I'm hoping that Hull don't play man-to-man marking and hope for a draw. Realistically, we have the best side. Yeah, we do, but it don't always work, does it, mate? As we saw the other day, we've got the better side of anybody in this league for me. We can say that now we're top of league. It's one of them where there's no doubt no one can touch us for quality. But away from home against a side like these who are riddled with injuries, we've got to match them. You've got to earn the right to play. I say it a lot, especially in away games. Got to earn the right to play. You've got to match their intensity. You know, the crowd should be up for it. I'm assuming it'll have empty patches all over the stadium. It's definitely not a place that's thriving at the minute. But still, Leeds are coming to town. Extra 10% from fans, from players, from managers. We've got to match that. If we're off it for that first 10, 15 minutes, their confidence grows. You know what we like. You know, if we concede an early goal, it turns into a different kind of game. We just need to go all out for me and show, you know, what we did at Stoke. We read out a 5-minute dodgy spell where they're always going to be up for it, and then you take over and you really, you know, dictate the tempo. We're always going about tempo. Every Leeds creator, every Leeds fan goes on about Leeds' tempo. Start off, you know, with it quick, with passes zipping. You know, the pitch might be bad, but you've just got to try it. Just play your own game. none of this slowed football side to side. Just get the ball and dictate the tempo, push up and really stick it on them. And eventually, you know, they'll crumble. The quality should prevail for me. The way off what Blackburn are as well. You know, Blackburn, they do have a better side. They've got a better manager. The manager knows how to set up. This is different. Yes, away from home. I think we'll be fine. Regardless if they play man for man, mate, they're going to make it difficult to score. They're going to try and stifle space, but they haven't. They've got a lot of injuries, so they've got youngsters in this squad. Yeah, they should be nowhere near it for me. And I've only tipped to 2-0. This is a game normal. If this were Ellen Road, I'd be tipping 5. Like they've got nothing for me, nothing to worry about in this game at all. Different if they were fully fit, with a little bit of quality off people like Liam Miller, a little bit of quality. But for me, no worries at all. No worries. Top Banana Schmidt has been in and out of injuries, maybe finding it hard to get up to it. Yeah, he has, mate, but so has everyone. You know, Ramazani. Look at Ampadu, long layoff straight back in, and I know that certain players get, you know, are seen as higher priorities to get back inside. Like Ampadu clearly comes in, he loves him as Farker's captain. Schmidt's nowhere near that, but we've seen players get injured and come out. They still get more minutes. He hasn't been plain sailing for him. He's not had a great start. But one thing, you know, if you flip it round and look at it this way, Top Banana, it could be like a new signing. You know, this turn of year now, you know, we're into January. It could be like a new signing. If he starts getting minutes, he could literally tear it up for all we know. You know, we've only seen little bits of him. We're all screaming for him to get minutes. He's on the bench, so I don't think it's too big a deal. I don't think there's been a massive fallout. I think there might be a little something there, maybe, but not much. There's no damage being done that can't be fixed for me because he's still getting picked for bench, and you know you could leave him out and put Joffrey on bench, who's also not kicking off, who's not in match day squad. So there is options there. You could bring a kid onto bench. We don't always see Charlie Crowe on bench anymore. He could just fill the bench out of him, knowing he ain't going to bring him on anyway. So there's still a reason he's putting him on bench. There's still a chance he's going to get minutes. So it's going to be interesting to see. But for me, if you flip it round and go, we could have a player second half of the season now who comes into his own, can play multiple positions. I can't wait to see if that happens. Hopefully it does. Hull have got half a squad. Exactly, and I think they've got five first teamers out. One of them is Liam Miller, who's a massive loss for them. Now, I don't rate him high enough to play for our club, but I rate him high enough for Hull, 100%. Wilco White's Let's Do 600, top bloke, top contract. Thank you so much, Sean. I've just gone over 600. I think I'm on 602 at minute. So thanks so much for everyone's support. Keep liking the videos, keep subscribing, and let's keep going. But yeah, thanks so much. Very humbled. I only hit 500, I think, 3 or 4 days ago. So to do another 100 in this space, I don't really know what's happened. I don't know. I'm actually gobsmacked, to be fair. Thanks so much for everyone supporting me. I aren't driven by numbers. I'm driven by my lives and the people, the comments, to be fair. And it's been amazing. Very humble to have anyone listen to me. So thanks so much for that. It's mental. You're all mental for watching me. I can't believe it. But thank you so much. But yeah, I've officially gone over 600 now. So just keep it going, boys and girls. Thank you so much. I'll get my children. There you go, boys and girls, children, even children subscribe. Thanks so much. If they're the ones that got me over, cheers. Although they should be in bed at this time. Come on, smash the like, people, and subscribe buttons. Thanks, Duncan. 25 minutes. Is that what it is, Sean? 25. Well, you said it earlier, wasn't it? On your video, yeah. Go check Wilco White's out. He's done a great video on a preview for this game as well. So go check that out as soon as you've ended this one. Samuel Clark, hello, Maya. Knew he just subbed. I'm from Cass too, mate. Well, I'm from Leeds, but I live in Cass. Dad likes to buy me up with that, mate. Does that mean you're a Leeds Rhino, a Castleford Tigers fan, not a Leeds Rhinos fan? But yeah, Sean Ely, I am Leeds through and through, and I am pissed off and wanting to leave if I was in Schmidt's situation. Yeah, 100%, mate. I agree. If I was Schmidt, I'd definitely want to leave. Definitely. Obviously, if someone said tonight that he can't play for a third club in the year, I get that. But I'd be kicking him before 100%. I would not be happy at this situation. Isn't there a rumour that Pascal might be off? I heard a rumour a week or two ago about Tottenham looking at him with their defensive. What is it? I think it was just an easy link. We've had links with Tottenham recently a lot. Jed Spence, Rodon, Archie Gray. There's been a lot. So I think it's just an easy link to make. You know, they've got Archie Gray playing centre half. Maybe they should have kept Ollie Rodon, to be fair. They'd be playing him now. But yeah, I think it's just an easy link. I don't think he's going anywhere at all. Only Leeds Bros. Congratulations, my mate, on 600 best up and coming Leeds YouTube. I don't know about that, mate. I'm definitely up and coming though with that. But yeah, I'm buzzing. thank you so much for all your support. Like I said, just echo that. Thank you. Couldn't have done it without you all. So yeah, thank you, Amy. Can't believe I've hit a milestone on a live. It's mental. Thanks so much. We'll come back. Cheers, Sean. Thank you. They say Farker has a stubborn streak. As long as he doesn't go square pegs round holes, we should be fine. Yeah, well, he sort of is in it a little bit a minute, Andy. Just don't want it, too long, really. We need to go out and fill these little gaps we have got, and there ain't many. I wonder if Farker was pissing Jed Spence off before all this happened. Yeah, it probably was, mate. It probably was. I think if you don't see eye to eye with you, you're not getting in that side for me. We've seen it with Todd Cantwell. He had Buendia at little points as well at Norwich. If he don't like you, you're not getting in. We saw with Charlie Cresswell at our place, didn't we? Yes, Mr. 600. Cheers, Sean. Thank you. Easy. I usually predict to win for us, but it's a draw at Hull for me. Wow. I'll be honest, Farker's getting on my nerves. We're only 5 points above Sunderland. Yeah, they've clawed it back a little bit on Sunderland. It's been clawed back a little bit, so they did well, didn't they, the other night? That might be a little bit of a momentum shift for them now after so many draws and dropping points in games they'd have expected to win after their good start. But yeah, I don't see it being a draw, mate. I think full strength, it might be different, but no, the riddled with injuries. It shouldn't be, pal. It shouldn't be, but I do get your point. Andy wrote, any truth to Naka's weaknesses is being bullied off the ball? I don't agree with that. He isn't the biggest. He's got a really good way as Tanaka of manoeuvring his body round and taking the ball away. He doesn't have to. He's not like Ampadu, who's got to go shoulder to shoulder and physically beat. He's really tricky and really good at lowering his body and turning away. He's really nippy. He gets in and out and takes the ball. I think sometimes players don't know how he's done it. But if I'm honest, I don't think that's right, mate. I don't think he loses ball, to be honest. I don't think he loses at all. We have a smaller squad. Farker made me laugh. Doesn't like big squads. We have a smaller squad. Yeah, he doesn't like big squads, does he? He don't like the decisions he's got to make for me. He don't like these tough calls, what we're seeing him have now. And it's not even a big squad. But yeah, he really don't like to have these headaches, what he's now got. Because we haven't got the biggest of squads, but boy, we've got some talent. It's because his bench is so strong. You've got 11. You've probably got 17, 18 starters. So that's why your bench is full. Your bench has got 5 or 6 starting players on that bench, really, when you go through it, or close to maybe 400 or 500% starters. 50% of your side could get swapped out for probably not even less quality in what's coming on. In terms of form, it's less quality currently. You're not when your Ramazani aren't playing as well as your James and your Solomon, but in terms of actual quality, there isn't much of a drop off. Awful feeling it's going to be 1-1 tomorrow via the Codheads. You only sing when you're fishing, sing when you're fishing. Yeah, nah, I don't see him scoring. If they score, I'd be worried. I would be worried because away from home, we're struggling out with, especially if we concede first every game. It's so difficult for us away from home, but I don't see it. But we're all entitled to his opinion. But for me, there's nothing currently I've seen over Christmas period that makes me think we're not going to come out of 3 points at all. Sean Healy, Cresswell was always on the bench and Fark hated him. Yeah. Fair point. He always had him on bench, didn't he? Even though you knew he would never. He didn't even have to put bring his boots or his shin pads, did he? Charlie Cresswell, bless him, a bit like Schmidt now. Yeah, fair point that, Sean. We should see this as an easy 3 points, but I can see us scoring and Farker parking the bus and us conceding. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I think it's just because it's away from home and it's a derby. It's blagging your head a little bit. I just don't see it. Why did Farker say his presser that he brought on Ampadu v Blackburn for his leadership? Why not start him then? Strange. Yeah, I don't know, mate. I don't think you could start him at right back, could you? Obviously, you could have started him in centre and mid 100%. I don't know. Leadership's one thing. I just think different games you go with different players, and Ampadu coming out was strange to a lot of people. To me, it weren't that strange. It's rotation, but yeah, you're right to say that, Paul. If he's wanting leadership, why did he take him out? Period. But it's just that rotation. Johnny's come out from a long-term injury. It's just the crazy situation with that is, for me, it wasn't taking him out the side. It was bringing him on in that position when you had Schmidt there. That was the crazy. There were a moment in time as well in that game where it looked like he was going to take, bring Nonto on and go to like a 3-5-2, and then he changed his mind. It was like a double. He subbed They even came over Tanner making a sub, and then he changed his mind. He went and sat back down. I warmed up again. Did not know it. It was crazy. Like few minutes, I didn't really know what was going on in game, but like he changed his mind last minute. But I sort of thought they were going to go with like a free it back with Dan James as a wing back, and I would have probably preferred that than playing Ampadu at right back. It was a strange one. It was like in the game he sort of changed his mind, and maybe that's half the reason we didn't get the win for that. Little tweaks like that in game management. It was the first time in a long time he's got it wrong for me, Farker. It was like he didn't know what to do in that game. And that was a bit of a worry, just because he's got it right a lot this season. So, like I say, I don't. It's not a massive problem, but it was a game. It was like he just had a massive brain fart, and I was there sitting east up, looking down, thinking, what on earth's going on here? You've got players about to come on, and then he's a non-tour for Rothwell, I think it was, and then Rothwell ran off, and I'm thinking, has Rothwell refused to come off? And I didn't know what was going on, and Nonto sat back down again, but he hadn't quite put all his gear back on. He's got a vest on, but he's still stripped. It was crazy, and that weren't great. But yeah, I don't know what his feelings were with that. I just think we'll take him off. We'll only play him if we need to, and obviously he needed to, so he brought him back on. Expecting a quiet window, but see what? Yeah, for me, quiet but not dead. I think we do something, but it doesn't need much. Well done, mate. Thanks, Callum, mate. Have to win, no doubt. 100%. It's got to be. It's got to be. This is a game where the sides around us, for me, in the state of what Hull are, it's a Sheffield United out in form at minute, granted, but for me, Sheffield United would go there and win. Burnley would go there and win. Sunderland would probably go there and win. Leeds United 2 weeks ago wouldn't. Leeds United now, as we speak today, Leeds United go there and win for me. We go there and we get the job done. Maybe that's why the backroom staff moved on, because they got Schmidt and Farker did not like him. Maybe. I just don't think it's a Farker signing, Richard. I really don't. I just don't think it's a Farker signing. Nice D. Fark talk shit. Was like this last season. He's my main bugbearer. Yeah. If you don't like him, he's not going to do much to change your mind other than results. He's getting your results. If that ain't enough to change your mind or make you like him, it is what it is. Some people, you just don't like someone. He can say stuff that annoys you. His press conferences are great. I don't really blame him for that. But I quite like him. I think he's quite a likable guy, if I'm honest. So yeah, if you don't like his personality, it's never going to change because he's getting the results. If that doesn't change your mind, then it's just, you've got an issue with just how he does stuff. That's fine. Something's gone off. Yeah, it must have done. Andrew, Michael, taking Solomon off, he cooked the defence, was getting on top. Mate, Solomon was just unbelievable. He was unbelievable. His best performance up to date for me, and he goes off when Dan James are probably having his worst performance at last month, and he stays on. It was crazy to take him off. He weren't happy coming off. Say when he went off, I was thinking maybe he's a bit leggy, maybe he's got a slight injury, but he didn't. And then you blow two up top, don't you, against Blackburn? And you're wanting someone to deliver a good ball for a Paddy Bamford who's good in air, I suppose. How I feel about him. But and you take off your best delivery of a ball, you take off your own main threat. I mean, the balls he were putting in all night. You got 2 9s in box now, and you've took him off. He's like I say, his in-game management, Farker. Whether you agree his tactics or he ain't got a plan B, whatever, it's been good. I think we've scored the most, 10 goals or 11 goals from subs. Or they come on and they come up with an assist. As in-game management's been sound, the subs he makes usually works fine. This game, he got everything wrong outside that lineup. The lineup for me were fine. I think his the 2 injuries to his fullbacks, he never makes a sub at half time. That had to be done. About him going off, Bogle getting injured. I sort of thought he threw him a little bit, and he never really recovered from those injuries. And then he were all over shop, and that leaked onto the pitch for me. If you don't know what he's doing versus Blackburn, we're football's Prem teams. Yeah, but then the side will be different. The side will be a different side. I just feel like, when we go up to Prem, if he's still there, which he should be, we'll be, with a little bit more pragmatic. We don't have gaping holes all over the side, do we? So you bring a couple more quality additions in, and you stack that. The quality that we've got in the Championship won't look as great in the Premier League. You bring in 5 or 6 players, which I think it will have to be, maybe more. Who knows? And with his pragmatic approach, I don't think we're going to be conceding 4s, 5s, and 6s in a week on a weekly basis like we have done in past, regardless of who's manager what. And then it's just, we need to put a chance to when we get them. And we know in Premier League, we're not going to get nowhere near as many chances. But he'll stabilise us in Prem for me, Sean. It's my opinion. We might have different ones, but he'll stabilise us in Prem. And then it might be time to go then, Andy Rowe, Farker might have got things right. But let's face it, he's been blessed with a good team. 100%. You can't say Not fairer than that as well, mate. You bang up money there, Andy. He was blessed with a great team at Norwich. He really was. I mean, you look at someone like and what's he called? Danny Roll at Chef Wednesday. He's not blessed with a good team, and look what he's doing. Look what Eustace does with Birmingham and Blackburn. Like, you know, Farkas should be challenging for title with Leeds United. Farkas should have been challenging for title with Norwich. So he's one of them. But for me, he is, and he's got, you know, over 2 points a game over a season and a half with Leeds United. He's doing all he can for me. You can't win every game. Hey up, mate. Hope you're well. Hope you're doing okay. We've had a good Friday. Rich, just smash the like and subscribe, please. Yeah, if you're new here, or if you're not new but you've not subscribed, please stick a subscribe on. Just hit 600 subs today, which is fantastic. And please like the video. It gets more people to see it. So I'm told. I don't know if it does, but everybody says it, so I'll say it. Turn your notification bell on, because everybody says to do that. I don't know where it is, but do that as well, please. Diggler says, I would bet that Farker gets it wrong less times than other managers. Yeah, 100%, mate. He don't get it wrong very often. He really doesn't. Don't get it wrong very often at all. 1 sec. Casey from O'Reilly's autograph, sorry, has just messaged me and just said he's got a new raffle on for Aronson signed t-shirt. So if anyone wants to check that out, go check out Casey O'Reilly on Facebook or message him on Instagram at O'Reilly's autographs, please. My sponsor. He's there at the bottom. He's just messaged me now just to let me know, because he knows I'm live, that he's got a raffle on for an Aronson shirt. I think it's £5 a number. Go check him out on Instagram, please. The resemblance to the Bielsa era is uncanny. Stubbornness, control, possession, no clinicality, players out of position, strange signings. Yeah, to be fair, it is, mate. It's just, you know, a bit less exciting. A little less exciting than the Bielsa days. But yeah, there's definitely elements there. And to be fair, if he's got elements, that's probably why I like Farker, because he's slight elements. And it was best time I've had for many years under the God Bielsa, who's always just over my shoulder. I love him bits. My kids call him Grandad. I've convinced him he's my granddad. That, yeah, it's quite funny. But yeah, there is definitely similarities there, mate. 100%. And hopefully similarities come May. Wilco White, I still disagree with our top goal scorer coming off when moving to 2 up front. Yeah, 100%. If you go into 2 up front, leave Pido on, bang Joseph next to him, let him do it running, let Pido just do what he does best, Sean, and just keep him in box, waiting for that ricochet, waiting for that bit of quality where he gets the ball. And I can't remember last time I saw Pido put a shot wide, put a shot over. I can't not remember the last time I saw him miss a chance, if I'm honest. Multitasking here, watching you and watching one of my favourite films, Michael Collins on TV with a pint. Who says men can't multitask? Watching 2 things at once with a pint. You're doing mint there, mate. You're doing mint there. Better man than me. Farker may have inadvertently made some shrewd side moves, but let's face it, he's been blessed with some good players. Yeah, he has, mate. I said that earlier. Brilliant squad he's got, and the very least is what he's doing. Really, that's why he don't get a lot of credit, I think, because people just look at it and go, well, he should be doing what he's doing. And I tend to sit on the other side of that and go, well, he's doing what he should be doing. To a degree, he did last season, just wasn't enough. On average, he's doing well enough. 3 seasons as last season, we're not going down that road. But yeah, I think he's doing okay. Farker claimed Ampadu came on to play with 3 centre backs. That's why Schmidt didn't get on. So what was Ampadu doing at right back? No, Farker. Yeah, no, it wasn't his finest moment at all. Like I say, I think it's massive brain fart, Lord Sheargore. I thought, hope you're all right anyway. Hope you've had a decent Friday. But yeah, I agree. He said they were coming on to play 3 back, and he just didn't. He literally played 4 at back, and Ampadu were a right back. So it made no sense. He sort of contradicted himself. He looked a bit of an idiot when he said that. He looked a bit of an idiot on the sideline in that moment. He literally just like he just didn't know what he was doing. But like I say, it's very few and far between these things happen. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Don't even mention John Useless and the Blackburn crap. Mate, they executed the game plan well. Whether you like him or not, there's different ways to play football. I don't want to watch it, pal, but they've got 4 points of us this season. Blackburn out moaning, now they're starting playoffs. I think Farker's going to a back 3 after the FA Cup when he's had a hard time training. That's when, yeah, mate, I won't mind. He's going to a back 3 in certain games. Like, I don't think we need to change out too drastic as you know, 4-2-3-1 works, and we're playing bloody good at times. But I think some games, mate, I could definitely see setting up like that, and it could be a masterstroke certain times, because no one would see it coming either if we mixed it up in certain games. Greenlord here, another Farker and me talk so much lies. We'll have to be 5 Viduka, Martin Woodgate, Batty and Boyer. Mate, all those names, just wowzers. Love them, as I'm sure we all do. Andy Rowe. Where would Farker be now if he was manager of Bradford, Halifax, Barnsley, Rotherham Town? I don't know, mate. He'd probably have him. they won't be conceding many goals. Whether they'd be scoring many, I don't know. Like I say, we can say that about anyone, though, couldn't we? We can say that about any top managers in the world. You know, Mourinho, Guardiola. You know, some managers just blessed with, you know, they have a really good job to start with, and they never leave that sort of. Bielsa's the probably the outsider of that, isn't he? You know, come dropping down to Championship when he's a world-renowned coach. It just doesn't happen. Like, just never happens. Like, he's the 1 in a million guy who did that. Sometimes these managers, we can all say that, you know, would they be able to do this, would they be able to do that, but we'll never know, will we? Like, once you have a good job and you do well, you tend to stay around that level. So, yeah, I don't know, mate. But he's probably always going to be a top-end Championship manager. You know, I think we go up. I think we stabilise. I think he loses his job at some point in the next couple of years, potentially. I don't think he'll kick us on after a certain point. You know, I'm a big Farke fan. But then his next job will probably be a similar side again. You know, whether it's just dropped down from the Premier League that season or whenever he's free in the future, because it will happen at some point and the Farke house will be right. He's probably favourite for every time there's a decent job, like a parachute payment team in the Championship. He'll always be favourite for that job. You know, the Aronson shirt would just fall off the wall when push it off. Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair enough, mate. That's fair enough. Funny. Got to go now, buddy. Speak soon. Congratulations again on 600. Yeah, cheers, Sean. Thank you so much, mate. Take care, mate. Have a good night. Speak later. Aina and the pre-planned non or Rothwell substitution. Honestly, just don't get what happened there. Don't get what happened there at all, mate. It was such a because I was in the stadiums when you could see what was sort of happening, but you couldn't hear out. Obviously, not like on telly. I was just blagged. I didn't have a clue what was going on. Literally, they even called the sub, and then all of a sudden, Rothwell runs off. Me and the lad next to me were thinking he told Farke F off. I ain't coming off. Because Rothwell just decided not to go off, you know, and it was a mad one. Andy Roy still can't kick too much sand in Aronson's face of late, but he needs a rest. He's not a natural. Yeah, he's not. There'll be certain games when it comes up. You know what I'm like with Aronson. I don't want to get into that chat on here. You know what I'm like. I get a lot of stick for being a Aronson hater, which in the case, or like I like the kid. He's an honest guy. Works really hard for the team. You know, I say there's no one works harder than Dan James for me. In our side, he's unreal. He's right up there. He's Aronson, if not more. So no doubt there'll be games. Blackburn, you look at it. Lack of quality up top. Bar Solomon, Aronson were there. Did he have a bad game? No, he didn't. He did okay, Aronson. But whenever it doesn't work, he's always going to be mentioned because he's your 10. He should be your creative spark, but it's not his game, you know. But we have seen lately he offers goals. He hasn't got as many assists as I like, but we have seen he's getting better for me in that role. But yeah, I can't deny he needs a rest. I can't deny there needs to be better options up there to change it up because he can't do it all. He can't. Andy 100% needs a rest. Paul has been, mate, rode more times than one of the Amsterdam ladies. Like, mate, all the time. We saw he got beasted under Jesse and he went totally off the boil after Christmas. So we need to make sure that doesn't happen again. Ferguson with Aberdeen, he had the money back in Scottish Oil. But yeah, well, he did that at Aberdeen. But what? Yeah, he had money at Aberdeen. Is that what you're saying? Because to me, on the face of it, I don't know much about it. But on the face of it, him winning stuff at Aberdeen sounds crazy to me. But yeah, maybe like I say, if he had some money there, fair enough. Maybe one of those bigger jobs as what I thought he'd done. Time to sleep. Dreaming of 3 points. Yeah, thank you for coming on. Much appreciated. Take care. Have a good weekend. Where your top, Matty? As in, where's my top? It's in wash. Yeah, just been out to play snooker. I didn't wear it today, but yeah, I've got two. I've got I'll tell you what, that black on black one I've got stunning. I think it's a 91, 92 season, stunning. And that's in wash. And the other one I've had on all day, I've had to put that in wash as well. But I normally do have a top on when I do this, but I've got Matteo Joseph top just hanging there. Farke will take us to the Prem. Then we win the Prem and then win the Champions League and the World Cup Championship. Come on, Leeds. Dig on that. I am optimistic at best of time, but wow, that's crazy talk. Like Bielsa or Farke's subs are pre-planned. You can literally set your clock by him. He might as well just name the 5 man. But mate, honestly, might as well. It's a massive bugbear in it because not every game's the same. The games they don't all go the way you think they're going to go. You know, I'm expecting us to go to Hull and win this fairly comfortably. It might not. He'll have pre-planned subs that he thinks he needs to make, subs he'll make regardless of the game state, and you can't really do that. But it's doing it, and we're top at league by 3 points, so it's not really affecting us too much. But yeah, it's definitely a bugbear. It does my head in, mate. It does my head in. Andrew says Brendan is your secret love child, mate. You'd think so, wouldn't you? I'm a bit more harsher on him because I can't show favouritism to me blood. But yeah, as season's going on, mate, I'm coming round to him a bit more. I really am. I'm coming around to him a bit more. He's earned his right to start, but there definitely needs to be competition there. You know, bad idea, Lordy. Need to have players from a position of strength. Be very disappointed if they don't. Yeah, that's it. You know, you can be a bit further down the table and think we need to strengthen to build. For me, we need to strengthen while we're up there. You know, it's that finding that balancing act between, is it a waste of money? If they believe we're going to win this league, or if they believe we've got promotion, we're not dropping out of top two. Why would you spend money? I've said it before. Like, you don't put money into something that is already going to reach its goal, and then you build in, in season, because you bring someone in now. Even if it's not a loan, they buy someone, they might not be good enough for Premier League, but they might be good enough to get you up. But that's only 4 or 5 months down the road. So if they believe we definitely got enough to get up, they might do nothing. If there's that little niggling doubt, which a draw at home at Blackburn, when we looked like we weren't going to create now, maybe that's a result there where they look at and they go, maybe we do need to go get a 10. Maybe we do need to look at a 9 because Pat didn't do much when he came on. So little moments like that might sway him a little bit. But it all depends on me. If they genuinely believe we're up, we're fine. They might not do out, because why would you? Why would you? Like I say, I've said this all the time, and I'm a very basic man. But if you've got an house that's worth 200 grand, someone said, I'm giving you 200 grand, whether you put that new kitchen in or not, you're not going to put a new kitchen in, are you? Because you're only going to get that. You're already getting that. So you're not going to put more into it because the end result's same. So for me, if they look at it and go, we're getting promoted, why would they go spend 10 million on this German defender, on this Swiss defender? It just depends, doesn't it, how you look at it. But that's how I sort of see it. I think they 100% think we're going to go up. So that's my worry. But definitely go do it from a position of strength. You top, just gamble on spending a little bit more money. Go push that envelope a little bit more just to seal it once and for all. You know, those little holes, a 10, maybe a left back now potentially. Just go do it. Just go do it and just put it, beyond any reasonable doubt. Just go do it. Hey up, Christian, late evening, mate. Thank you, pal. Sean Healy. Matt, you've been playing snooker, like playing myself, love it. Yeah, I did, mate. I haven't been for a long time. I really enjoy playing snooker. Like I say, I met with my brother. I've not seen him for a fair few months now. I haven't seen him over Christmas. When I had three frames of snooker, I beat him 3-0, but the level, mate, the quality level was very poor. When it comes to like pub games and stuff like that, I'm quite a good darts player. I'm built for darts. Snooker, pool, I'm okay. But yeah, there were no great. I think my biggest break today was back at an 11. It was pretty poor standard, but I've not played snooker in 2 or 3 years. So it'd be nice to get out and see my brother, and yeah, get out for a few games with him. I've got that black on black 91-92 champion shirt. Well, the last home game, mate. Honestly, one of the last game in the Prem is so nice, mate. So I love anything black on black, mate. Like, it's my favourite. I think when you're a big lad, you like black anyway. But yeah, I know, I absolutely love it. It's my favourite one. I wear it to death. So yeah, I wear it to bed if I could. We beat Dull City 2-0. One of them default games we've had this season. Yeah, I'm saying, mate. I've said 2-0, Lord. It's one of them, innit, where it's just bread and butter. Go get it done. And second gear, and we move on. It's one of them, I think, where there's not much to talk about. I mean, the Blackburn had it all. It had bad subs, it had injuries, it had penalties, late goals. I think this one's going to be just move on. I personally think that, like you said, Dull City, I think it'll be quite a dull game myself. I think they'll bring it for 5 or 10 minutes. We should ride it out. They've got nothing to offer with their injuries for me. Even if they didn't have any injuries, I still would fancy us to really, really hurt them. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they start, because for me, they've got to come out and play and show some intensity, but they probably are just going to fall into a low block and try and stifle us. But it's up to us to get that quality's got to shine through. We can't have another Blackburn. We can't be getting deep into game, looking frustrated, not being able. I don't want to be making subs to win this game. This game, for me, we need an early goal. We need to be going in at half-time leading, and then you bring your subs on to get get minutes in the legs. I don't want to be expecting, if the lineup has, I think, a Nonto, a Ramazani, a Bamford, a Joseph to come on and try and win us game. I don't want to see that. I want to see us be in control of the game, with, be 2 up, and then bring these subs on, maybe give Schmidt minutes, maybe bring Gilavogi on, give some of these players minutes that haven't had it, and then, we hit the FA Cup next week and they can go again, can't they? Samuel Clark says, supposedly Bamford not travel with the team tomorrow. Well, I don't think he's needed, to be honest, in any game. Certainly not tomorrow. Bamford's only getting minutes if we level or down a goal with 10 to go. He ain't getting many minutes outside an FA Cup game, is he? So I don't think it's a massive loss, but we'll see. I see Bamford eventually leaving on a free. I don't think he'll want to leave. If we go up to Prem as well, he can sit his last year out, can't he, on double his money again, 70 grand a week. The young dude won the darts. Or did he? Luke Littler. Bamford isn't going anywhere until his contract is up. Yeah, he will go back on the. There you go, Chris. You said it. Yeah, on the Prem wage when we get promoted, nobody will pay him more. Yeah, why would he? You know, no one's going to pay him 35 grand a week. But he also knows if he stays at Leeds and we go up, we get 70 grand a week. So it's just daft. It makes no financial sense. Does he want to play football that much? He should do. Twilight of his career, go play football somewhere and you know, and do what you fell in love with doing, playing football, scoring goals. I don't think he's that bothered to play, if I'm honest. It might sound harsh. I don't think he's that bothered to play. Duncan, no point buying players who are worse than we already have, and the quality ones won't be cheap. Up the 49ers do the right. Yeah, that's it. They won't be cheap. They won't be available. And if they are available, why are they available in January? I'm not saying anyone that's available isn't worth having because he hasn't got a club. We've seen that with Gilavogi. 100% the right decision to go get him. The most unleadsy thing ever to go bring a free transfer in. Every part of me, every fibre in my body was saying we aren't going to do it, and went and did it. The one we didn't expect to see. There were options out there. Check Chiarte, Francis Coquelin, all these people we hear about. You know, sometimes we bring people and we're not expecting, someone we don't hear about. The Gilavogi one they kept right under wraps until they were at the game on the Sheffield United game, I think, and it started getting leaked then. So they're really good at keeping things close to the chest. We know that. They're brilliant at 49ers. There might be a few names here we know we're not used to hearing. People like, say, from German leagues like this player they're looking at. But I do think whether they bring someone in or not, it's not going to determine us going up for me. You know, I think if we don't bring someone in, we're going up regardless. I think if we bring someone in, it just helps us create more of a gap, having that extra bit of quality in some areas. But it's definitely going to be interesting to see. My main thing is what the people around us do, because regardless, we're not going to do. I don't think we're going to do any more than 1 or 2. I wouldn't be surprised if Sheffield United do 3 or 4. You know, they've lost 2 players for a season, so they're definitely going to want to bring 2 in at least, and they've already strengthened if they never got injured. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Sheffield United bring maybe 3 in. We've already seen Burnley move, signing the Championship's best ever striker in Ashley Barnes. Honestly, so happy they've signed him. Like, for me, it weakens them just having him inside. It actually weakens them. I know he's a shit house, he's a big lump up front, but he's shite. He's Ashley Barnes. I'm so happy that a promotion rivals signed him. I'm so happy with that. Such a poor signing. The anomaly with Leeds, you can never generally stake your house on a good result. No, you can't. I'm not a betting man, but I know a lot of people that do bet, and you know, even if they think Leeds are a banker, Leeds fans don't back Leeds because they're an accumulator because they know it's going to ultimately let them down. Cleaner is injured at Ellen Road. Bamford's doing the toilets with the cleaners off sick. Yeah, mate. He'd probably still mess out, mate. Money bless him. At 31, he won't make what he's on now at another club. No, he won't. Not at all, pal. Not at all. Samuel Clark. As if you've actually put my face as your... Wow. Yeah, that's mint. I love that. Samuel Clark. You handsome, man. You handsome, cheeky man. Always talking sense, Matty. Thanks, pal. Yeah, I don't know if I'm speaking sense, mate, but you know what it is with me? I just speak my truth, mate, and people obviously don't mind hearing it. But yeah, I appreciate that, mate. Thanks a lot, buddy. Lordy Bamford will still injure himself with the trial bleach 100%, mate. The only way Bamford could increase his wage elsewhere is getting paid goal bonuses. Yeah, well, he'd have to score more than he's been getting at Leeds. Chris Gillett. Can't see us making any big signings, maybe a loan or 2. If we bring in anyone from outside England, it would be a risk with getting them adapted. Yeah, well, isn't it? But for me, it's a good market to tap into. In January, it's going to be the best market to tap into. You sign anybody. We even see now, like when you think of James McAtee, great player. Yeah, you try and get him on loan, but I'm sure I've seen tags of 25 million. Like, that's a ridiculous price tag for a lad that's only really played Championship football. Really good talent. It's just crazy money in it. It's crazy money in England. So the European market's the best one to tap into for me. Get some real gems. But yeah, you know, are they going to be adopted to English football quick enough? We can't make... What we don't want to do is make signings in January when they're not featured until March. Don't want that. But there's every chance that happens. But on the other hand as well, we don't need much right now. You know, if we're bringing in someone to rival Aronson in 10, say we bring someone in to rival him. Currently, it's not like we need someone right now. At some point, we are going to need someone at some point. So if they bring someone in January and it's not fit till mid-Feb, you know, end of Feb, it's still having that body there, someone who can come in, because at some point Aronson will break down, at some point Aronson's form will drop. So for me, that's the only position I'd really be looking at. If we just got a 10 backup, I'd be buzzing with that. I don't think it needs much. I aren't going to cry if that window slam shut end of January, we've got nobody, because I think we've got enough anyway. I'm one of them who thinks we are up anyway, and maybe that makes me daft, but I'd love them to go get someone regardless, but I do think we're going to be all right. Lordy, I wanted to say it, but I hadn't got the nuts to say it. Oh, there you go. He'll drink it, Sean. Funny. Leeds STL, I hope, mate, you're okay. Bamford only goes if the tea lady's out injured. He's not getting, honestly, in stadium, he gets so much love, you know. He gets so much love, does Paddy. Samuel Clark, honestly, my favourite YouTuber now. It used to be Mr. Beast. What, have replaced Mr. Beast as your favourite YouTuber? Wow. Imagine if it could be a penny behind it. Now, honestly, Sam, thanks so much, Samuel. It's lovely to hear comments like that. Yeah, that's mint that. Thank you. Lee still drops the tray. Are we still talking about Bamford being tea lady or cleaning toilets? Crazy talk. The lad at Norwich is worth getting, and a cheeky bid to loan for a left back. Get me ready for the Prem. The lad at Norwich is that Borja Signs. Jesus Christ, he costs some money, mate, but what a player he is. Agrees, Matty. Yeah, man. Yeah, I know, Sean. Yeah, that's just why I think. Well, as for transfers, we can only buy Prem-ready players, probably just a loan, a Champo player or two. But yeah, I agree, mate. Whoever we sign, we need to be looking for next season as well, don't we? You don't sign anybody that's, you know, you've got on a 3 or 4 year contract and they're no good in Prem, because ultimately that's where we should be going. I think we are going, and I don't think we've got any plans of being a yo-yo club, so we're going to be up there for foreseeable, don't we? If not forever. So if you're giving people 3 or 4 year contracts, need to be someone who's going to be a Prem player. So yeah, who's good enough to be a Prem player, and is happy to drop down to Championship for 5 months. It's a difficult one. So that's why I think there might be odd one, and that's why we only get the odd one. And it's a sad state of affairs if your only options to progress is a move to Birmingham or Wrexham. No, it is, mate. And I've said before, his ego won't let him drop down to League One. And someone said, "What right?" I can't remember what now, but someone said, "Why has he got?" Might be Lord actually. Why has he got an ego? He hasn't got right to have an ego after 1.5 good seasons, 2 seasons at Leeds. I just think he has. You know, not even a bad thing. You know, I think as a centre forward, you've got to have a little bit of ego. You've got to feel you're the linchpin. You're good enough for that side, and I think he probably still sees that. I don't think he probably thinks he's as poor as what we think. And I think League One just sounds a massive drop down. But for me, Wrexham would be a great signing for him. If he can stay fit, you'd think he'd get a few goals there. You've got Stephen Fletcher scoring goals for Wrexham. You'd have to say Pat Bamford's better than Stephen Fletcher at 36, 37 year old, whatever he is, maybe 38 now. But I aren't too sure he'd want to drop down that far, if I'm honest. Bamford would make the spag bowling. Fucking hell. I think apart from a 10, we had okay squad rise. Injuries would be the only worry then. Yeah, true, Chris, but I don't think they'll make signings based on ifs, buts, and maybes, you know, with injuries. I don't think they'll look at it and go, oh, well, we need to sign this because he might get injured. Like the 9, you could argue, go get a 9 because if we lose one, but if we don't lose, then you've got a 3rd or 4th choice striker sat there not playing. And Farker's already said he don't want 3 and 4, players in certain positions. Like if Gruev were fit now, well, if Gruev would have never been injured, would have never signed Gilavogi. But if Gruev comes back, like what? You know, they're all just sat on bench. Like you're gonna have potentially a Rothwell on bench, a Gilavogi on bench, a Gruev on bench, 3 centre mids just sat there, like none of them guaranteed minutes. It's crazy. So I definitely don't think he likes a big squad. He said that. He blows no bones about that, so I just don't see it. Samuel Clark, off to bed, Matty. Sweet dreams, MOT 3 points. So thank you, Samuel, for honestly all that you meant, mate. Thanks a lot. Have a good night, and yeah, have a good weekend. And I'm sure it will be, and we'll catch up another weekend to talk about that 3 points you're talking about. Take it easy, mate. Johnny, of course, he is a Tory twat. That's why he's arrogant. Yeah, he's definitely one of them, Paul. Louis Barry would be ideal. Can play up front. Yeah, he can play up front. He can play at 10. He play off left. I think he's played off at left more this season at Stockport, or more in his career off the left, which we don't need a left winger at all for me. But definitely someone who we've spoken about a little bit on my channel. Ideally, we get someone who can play at 10 and 9. That would be a great signing. I think Villa want an actual But I think they actually want to sell him. I don't think they want to loan him out. I think I've seen this last few days they want to sell him. Ali's going to put the money in the pocket and pay decent money for him. I don't know. A loan with an obligation. These are kind of signings you'd look at and go, Louis Barry's got a decent trajectory of his career. You see he's only going up one way now. You see, him having a good career. 5 months in Championship. Brilliant move for him. He's just, is it currently, he was at Stockport, sorry, Andrew. Yeah, he was. He's gone back to Villa now, and Villa looking to move him on somewhere better. A loan would be great with an obligation or a view to buy him in summer, but we'll have to see. But I think he's one that might rumble on through January, me. But if we're not careful, he'll go to Sheffield United or Burnley or Sunderland, 100%. Yeah, Chris, like I say, loan with an obligation, I'll be all over that, 100%. It'd be a great signing. Loan with an option to buy Barry is a great shout. Yeah, he is, mate. And I think he's going to be the one we sort of link with. I think he's the most obvious one. Buendia is a no. I think McAtee's probably a no now as well. We'll have to see. But yeah, we just need to make sure we get in there and get it done if he's available before anyone else gets him. Lord Shigorov, I'd better be a good boy and get some sleep. Lady Shigorov has given me my orders, and little baby Cleo Putrid is throwing cups of cups at you. Well, mate, Lord Shigorov, over and out. Thanks for tuning in. It is a late one. Thanks so much. And I'll catch you the other weekend. Have a good night. Have a good weekend. Yeah, option. So I'm just going to rack up these last few, and then I'll be getting off myself. Bamford's hat-trick against us was his career highlight. Bielsa was all over that when watching videos on Leeds. But yeah, Bamford's hat-trick against us. Are you a Villa fan then, mate? Because that was mint. Yeah, that was the best moment I've seen of Bamford. That was the best. I know he scored that worldie against Peterborough last season, but that game for Villa, someone said it in my chat in the last video, very much like Viduka against Liverpool. Whether you agree with that or not, it felt like that sort of moment. Liverpool 3, Viduka 4, Aston Villa 0, Bamford 3. It was brilliant, wasn't it? No Fergie as well. No, Buendia isn't coming back to the Champo. I would have already with us. Yeah, 100%, mate. 100%. Lordy, you some love you, mate. Yeah. Night, Shawnee boy. A lot of love in chat between you two. Cuddles. But yeah, no, that's going to be it tonight. Thanks so much for, the likes, the subscribers. Unbelievable I'm on 602 now. I can't believe it. Thank you so much for tuning in. Like I say, keep the love coming. Keep sticking likes on my videos. Keep coming back for more. Notification bell on. Keep subscribing. Absolutely mint. It's been a great Christmas for this channel. It's been unbelievable. I've grown beyond what I ever thought I'd grow in years, let alone the 3 months I've been doing it. So thank you. No, the hat trick was when he was at Butter. Okay. That was me, Matty, who said it was for Duke. But yeah, well, mate, it really was. I agree. What's your Saturday routine before the game? Are you a clock watcher? Andy, yes, big time. Kids keep me busy. But yeah, I mean, when I'm going to a game, I'm itching to get there. When it's an away game, a little bit different, knowing I'm not going. But yeah, you do, don't you? It drags to kick off, doesn't it? So yeah, when it gets to about dinner time, I start getting excited. It's waiting for that hour before when they get lined up out. I'm really itching for that, and then yeah, it starts getting you in mood when that lineup comes out. All the best, mate. 3 points tomorrow. Hopefully, a nice, comfortable game. Yeah, 2-0, mate. I'm going for. Could be more. Patrick Bamford is dirty Leeds. Patrick Bamford is dirt Leeds. Oh, yeah. Dillo, I know you don't like him, mate. Love you, mate. Love you. Diggler says 2-0 Leeds. So keep getting your score predictions in, guys. But yeah, I think it's just one of them. Just a easy win for me. Just not much to write home about. I think it might be a boring final pint on Sunday night. I just think it's going to be, yeah, not much to talk about. Hardly best striker we've had at the club ever, Dillo. 1-3 lead. We see us conceding. Interesting, mate. Very interesting. Nice, mate. Thanks. Cheers, Andrew. Johnny Lee, my New Year's resolution is to be like Farker more. That's just one day, lol. Don't know what you're talking about, Dylan. Oh, Samuel and Dylan. A little bit of heat coming at the end, but yeah, I'm going to get off now. Thank you so much, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your Friday night, even though you should all be getting in bed now. Take care. Enjoy your weekend. Much love.